What's up, and welcome to the Los Wise Guys podcast. I am your host, Eslam, aka Rock Out of the Sun, accompanied by Dan, Papa Sun Killer, and Dan Emperor Disco. How's it going, fellas?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up?
How's it going, Eslam?
It's going good. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Los Wise Guys podcast. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us immensely. So
Fucking attack
today,
it, you know?
yeah. So today we will be doing a one of our favorite topics, and a Mount Rushmore topic. Now, if you don't know what that is that we pretty much pick four of a specific topic, our favorite four. You know, that some stuff that we would put on a Mount Rushmore, and then we usually give examples of a visual of what would be in place of the president's faces.
We've done a
So,
lot.
huh?
We've done a lot. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
we've
it. Like,
done
we've
Mount
done so
Rushmore
many.
sodas. We've done Mount Rushmore probably heroes, like
The
villains,
first one I think was wrestling. Me,
manga.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
manga.
like everything so far.
Everything.
And you know, we keep coming up with more topics to do with these because they're fun. Why
Yeah.
not? So, um, without further ado, let's get into our main topic.
Disco.
Mount Rushmore. Favorite four. Disco, what you got for your first one?
Favorite four. Do you want to explain what that is real quick? Like, what is the favorite four? Just so they have an
Oh
idea.
yeah, favorite four of anything. Could be people,
Yep.
food,
Just
you know,
whatever you
games,
love.
like shows, movies, like literally anything. Your
Anything.
favorite four of anything.
Favorite four in life. What is it?
Yeah.
In life, man,
Yeah.
that's a.
I'm sure. Did you guys do any
I
prep work for this?
Nope.
Same.
I
Completely
did. I
forgot about this
tried to,
topic.
but
I
I was
never
just
do prep
like,
work for Mount Rushmore. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what to put. Honestly, I just wrote 4 words. I was like, let me try to bring those to life.
I
You're
go
like,
for it.
I like the word the.
Yeah.
It's my favorite word.
Solid.
My
Solid word.
first one is big booty hose. No, I'm kidding though.
Hey man,
Uh,
who
my,
doesn't like
my
those?
my one and only vice. Oh Jesus, don't look at this. um, so my first word was like hobbies because I love just getting immersed in new hobbies, and I feel like I'm always looking for the next hobby. And I can make a hobby out of anything: knives, pens, watches. So it's like I just love just getting obsessed with things, and
You got a bunch of items in an empty room. I don't know how that makes sense.
I like hobbies. And soon, I just moved in this week, or technically last week, so I'm still trying to fill up. Today I was supposed to get a couch, side note, and a bunch of desks and furniture, but
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
But anyway, my first word is hobbies, and I just love hobbies. I like to skateboard. I love playing music. Um, I like creating things, like creative writing. So I like just getting lost in projects, a bunch of projects, and a lot of times I'll start a bunch of projects and never finish them. But you know what? That's just the way I live, and I just love getting immersed in a subject and just learning as much as I can about it.
Yeah.
It really gives me thrills to just get hyper knowledgeable in one thing and be completely stupid in the rest. Um, but to represent that, I would just have a big statue of me with all my stuff that I just showed you, all my knives, all my guns, just have like all my weapons and retarded survival gear. So I have a guitar strapped to my back. It's gonna be a big statue of me and all my hobbies, fountain pens everywhere,
Nice.
notepads,
That's solid.
I like that.
sling,
I like that.
slingshots.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
All right.
All right, sounds
That's
good.
dope.
Sounds good.
All right. I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
I think for me this is obvious. Um, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's such a this
Yeah.
character is such a big um has had such a big part of my life. And honestly, I was thinking before I was just saying fiction
Mm-hmm.
because I just love the creativity that comes within fiction.
Mm-hmm.
But even getting, more, you know, coming
Focused.
down to it focused, it's Batman. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just so many different stories, so many different versions, and I love all of them. To the point where my family knows me very well. So in this past birthday, I got nothing but Batman cards,
Yeah.
and my brother-in-law actually gave me this. One second.
I thought he was gonna say they hired an actor to play
He's like, I
Batman.
have Christian Bale, guys.
No, I got this.
Nice.
I haven't had an
The
action
Batman.
figure in
Yeah.
so long,
Oh,
and I got
wow.
this awesome the Batman action figure, and it's fucking cool, bro. I haven't seen like action figures in a while, and
Yeah.
this thing is phenomenally detailed, right? Like he has
Hmm.
like things where you can put his like little shooter. You can
Hmm.
attach it with like different arms and stuff, and like his gauntlet has like so much detail, and like there's so much detail in the suit and the bat, and his utility belt, and like it's fucking phenomenal, man. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed this. I haven't had one of these in since I was a kid, and like it was like the best gift I got.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. Like 100 years ago, like kids are playing with like paper. You're over here like, check out this Batman. It's got
Well,
fire
in 100 years
blades.
from now, people will be like, "It's crazy how they played with like action figures,"
like these
and like they,
plastic toys,
yeah, and they're
like
gonna have
everything is
like they're
virtual
legit gonna have
now.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's like I'm
it's,
Batman in this virtual reality.
yeah.
So like I've been saving Gotham for the last 10 years.
I am Batman.
Oh man,
Oh, that's
that's a
that
solid
makes
one
sense.
for anybody who's not watching the YouTube version of this. Definitely go in there and check it out. If you're doing just the audio thing,
I
go to
mean,
Los West guys, because this is great. This is
and
great.
for
You get to see that
yeah, for my Mount Rushmore, it's gonna be the bat signal.
classic.
Uh,
Yeah.
Classic. I might have gone with Alfred, but no, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Alfred, then people think it's Alfred, but it's because
Well,
it's
that's the whole
Batman.
point.
Yeah.
That's why whenever if you ever heard the Mount Rushmores were just disco myself, we
Yeah.
just try to trick the people
Uh,
where it's just like this represents something completely different. So for me, I'm not gonna lie, Batman was one where I was just like, I really wanted to do Batman,
yeah.
and then I was just like, but I Mount Rushmore is four,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to think. There's more. There's not enough space for all the things that I enjoy in life. And I was like, I
Yeah.
do love Batman, and then I was like, I'm a big Green Lantern fan.
Yeah.
I was like, I love DC Comics. And I was thinking, well, I love comics in general. There's a lot. I love Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
So there's a lot of comics.
That's why I was
Avengers
like, I
versus
like
X-Men.
fiction. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because even I like books and stuff that are not comics.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of great works of fiction in
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
So that's where so thinking about it, that kind of led me down a path. It's a little bit more broad, similar to what Disco has, but
Uh-huh.
storytelling.
Okay.
Storytelling for me, if there's something I love, it's a damn good story, and that could be in multiple formats, where it could be where it stemmed from with this thought, where it could be comics, or it could be a great movie, a great book, a great video game, literally somebody telling you a story.
Yeah.
And my thing, it's not necessarily fiction, because a great story can come from fact as well.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
So so it's like one of those things where it's like I appreciate a good story. That's probably where I'm gonna go with that. So storytelling this would
Hmm.
be my first one, in general. And for that one, I want the grandfather from The Princess Bride sitting in a chair holding a book. That
Okay.
is what I want for the first symbol. So
Sorry. I just want to show you guys one more thing about
yeah, go
this.
for it.
Like the shoes and the bottom of the pants are
Yeah,
fucking like scuffed.
yeah, I see that.
Like this
the
is
detail.
crazy. Like this is crazy. Like I like this
I,
shit's wild.
Yeah,
Eslam's legit been playing with that all weekend.
probably has.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I've had this for a
He's got a
while.
Robin over there too, just like,
No, I don't have
"What's up,
Robin yet.
Batman?" He's like, "Shut up, Dick."
That's so funny.
All right, Disco.
Um, so
You're
I
up.
mean, I guess I had some a similar idea too to you guys. He said fiction, you said storytelling, and I was trying to embody something similar, but I ended up going with fantasy.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
because I tend to gear towards more fantasy, but I do in fact like storytelling in general, like he said,
Mhm.
and fiction as well. Just it kind of embodies fantasy as well. Um, but I chose fantasy too because I like kind of immersing myself and creating. Like I'm writing my own stuff too, so I like. I think it embodies me a little more. So yeah, I love fantasy, and I think one of the biggest works that impacted me, especially in my younger life when I was young, it's probably Dan will get a good laugh out of it, but it was The Matrix. That movie really
Oh
like
yeah, I know you love it. Yeah.
blew my brain. I was like, what? We're not real. We're just like in a simulation. That just opened my mind to like this
Mm.
whole like almost spiritual idea of essential sense of ourselves, and that always blew my mind just to think that reality is not real and everything's fake, and just to even think that robots are harvesting us for all our energy. That just really just like took me away to this whole nother world, and really showed me like what creativity and hard work and just nice storytelling can really get you. And I really enjoyed Keanu Reeves' performance. He brought it to life, and Trinity and Tank and all the people from that first movie. They really wowed me off my feet. And so, with that said, I'm going to choose them. Neo from the Matrix as my symbol for fantasy. I want Neo, Matrix, and like I said, Tank. Those are my favorite characters in that show, in the movie. And oh yeah, Morpheus too.
Nice,
I love
nice.
him and his little like sunglasses.
So
So I kind of want
so
them all there.
just put the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar. Isn't that what it's
Yeah,
called?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
I think so.
So that works. And then I
I'm
want the
surprised I
Nebuchadnezzar in the
remember
back
that.
too. Because that was a dope ship too. I like the way they like flew with the electricity. For the time, I was like, "Whoa, oh my god!" It really blew my mind away. But like, you know, watching it now, I'm just like, "Oh, that was very mediocre." But at the time, it
At
was
the
really
time, yeah,
like knocked
But
my
isn't that
socks
more
off. So,
sci-fi? It's sci-fi fantasy, right? Something like that. Because
yeah,
it's like more
yeah,
technology future.
yeah, no, yeah.
I guess so. Well, I mean,
It still falls under fantasy,
Yeah.
regardless.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my cup of tea though. Sci-fi fantasy. I
Yeah,
like
same here.
just boom, like put me
Yeah.
in space and I'm happy. Like I don't even
Yo,
care what
for
it's
real.
about. Like I just love the idea of that. And fantasy, I love like I don't know. I guess when people think fantasy, they think more of like dragons and magic.
Hmm.
But I also love that too. So it's like smack a world with fantasy magic and like sci-fi technology, and I'm in heaven. And I feel like that's what the Matrix did. Neo kind of had magic in a sense where he could control the Matrix and he just did whatever he wanted. And so, yeah, I want Neo doing his whole like dodging bullets thing, and I want Trinity flying in like with her like that one pose she did where she just like kicks a bunch of people's
The
butts.
crane.
And I want Morpheus on like a throne type thing. But yeah, uh, Mm, I love that movie. And fantasy and storytelling and fiction. It's just amazing.
Good shit. Good shit. Um, I think my next one is gonna be just outer space.
Mm,
All of it. Just all of it.
mhm.
I have been a huge fan of science, and outer space is just magical. It's forever growing, changing. There's so much wonder and beauty in outer space, and it's just like it has taken a hold of my imagination since I learned about outer space and science. You know what I mean? So, um, it's been an awesome fucking
Like
Rudy.
I hate Rudy, but there's times where I fucking love Rudy. Like he comes in at just the perfect moment.
um,
Loves history.
yeah,
I'm expecting that to show up later on the list.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Maybe we'll see. I'll keep you guys guessing. But yeah, outer space for me, man. I don't know. It's just so much mystery behind it, so much cool shit that
Yes.
it's always been so captivating to me. But space, and I'll put a black hole singularity as
Did you hear
my
about
Mount Rushmore.
those new galaxies that James Webb Telescope found?
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's cool
man,
shit, man.
that's been
Well,
really
all the
fun
all
to.
the new picture the first thing they did with the James Webb Telescope is they took pictures that I forgot what the other telescope was called. Fuck.
The Hubble? or
Yeah,
something like that.
thank you. The Hubble telescope took, and it just took much clearer and more detailed pictures, and it was just phenomenal. So now that was how they tested it to make sure it worked properly, and now they're starting to take pictures of newer stuff, and it's so
And
cool.
the fact that it's out in space, so you get like a different perspective
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
straight from Earth, and also that you have like way better sensors, infrared sensors, man, all that
yeah.
stuff. I'm right there on the same boat with you.
It's
Good pick.
phenomenal, man. All right, Disco. I mean,
Yeah,
Dan.
that's not me. So
Sorry,
yeah,
he just spoke. That's why.
it's funny that dude, my camera's just messing with me today. It's funny that you mentioned space,
Hmm.
because I have something that people like to mention with space in verbiage from time to time, and that's time.
Mm,
Time.
Hmm.
Um, if there's anything I want, and I know most people want, is more time. Whether it's to do more activities, to get more rest, to study more, enjoy life more, anything, just time. There's nothing I
yeah.
want more than fucking time, and it's like I mean, I find myself wishing that all the time. No pun
Hmm.
intended. Where it's I mean, what more can I say? I really, there's really not much else. I feel like it's self-explanatory, and for that, I do want to put Burgess Meredith from The Twilight Zone with broken glasses, and then the quote, "But I had more time now."
Oh
So that's what I'm gonna go with that one. So it's a quick
my
one.
gosh,
Yeah.
so
So
deep.
you're
That
up
was
next, Disco.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm touched. Do I have permission from Batman? He's like just watching over us. I love it. My next one is I want to say technology,
Okay.
um, because we come from an age where we really got to see technology blossom, especially a thing called the internet, and that in itself is just changed my life in many ways. Just even coming back to school in my 30s, I'm just like studying is so much easier. I don't have to go to the library. Boom, everything's off my phone, and it allows me to learn. And I like learning about my hobbies. Like I've learned all crazy stuff off YouTube, the best university out there, and I just you could do anything on the internet. Like it comes with entertainment, your storytelling. You can, there's the dark web for, any mischievous nonsense you want to get into. That there's like somewhere on the internet for everybody, and technology in general is just getting so insane. AI, robots, everything is just getting so much more beyond I could have ever imagined when I was in my teens. Just like I don't know, we have air fryers, we have like all these crazy little phones are getting smaller and
I love my
smaller. The
air
cameras
fryer.
are
Air
getting
fryer is the greatest thing ever. I
even
think
more
Alan Iverson for that every day.
Yeah.
devices. Imagine going 100 years ago and saying that, like, oh, what's in the future? It's like an air fryer, dude. You can just put some dino nuggets in there. and But technology in general, I'm just really, I guess, at an age where I can appreciate it because things are moving fast, and so it's nice to be able to at least hold on to the things that are close to me, the internet, and just being able to even the way we record music, technology is just we used to have little like tape decks, and
Yeah.
now we have everything's on a laptop. I was
Yeah.
Everything's
especially
in the
watching the Wu
cloud.
I mean, we're doing a
watching Wu
podcast
Tang.
right now from 3 different states.
Yeah,
For
very
real.
true.
You know.
Watching Wu Tang, you see RZA with his like the old tape decks and scratching everything and taking records and sampling off those. It's now everything's literally in the cloud. Like Eslam said, you can just do everything in one spot, and you can have more access and more controllability, more everything.
Yeah.
It's insane. So um, for me, technology, it also allows me to connect with you guys. Like you said, we're doing podcasts from 3 different parts of the country. That's insane in itself.
Yeah.
Without technology, who knows if we would still even be able to be like as close as we are as friends if we
Very
had
true.
to
Yeah.
send mail the old fashioned way or whatever. So, who would still do that? So I think for my symbol, I'm gonna put like an old dial up router. and
Nice.
and every hour or maybe like at 12 o'clock, I
It does
want
the
it to do
sound.
like a little zing, zing, like a little dial-up
I would
Yeah.
sound.
hate fucking
Oh,
like
that's
living through
hilarious.
that.
That would be funny. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's a good one.
All right. Up next for me, my third one is going to be animals.
I was waiting for that one.
I have, as much as I have been fascinated uh, with space, I have also been fascinated with animals ever since I was a young kid. They, to me, animals have like superpowers. You know what I mean? uh, Whether it's their level of strength or their speed, any and all the abilities that they can do, grow new limbs, fucking run at 65 miles an hour, dive at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, change their
Um,
color to blend into their environment.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
just like it's just
Eels can
such
shoot electricity.
yeah,
it's just like there's such phenomenal creations. They've always, they just amaze me in what they can do and how they've adapted and evolved into their environments. So, the animal kingdom has always been one of my favorite things ever to explore and learn new things about. And yeah, so and I'm gonna put a Siberian tiger because that is my favorite animal
yeah.
as my Mount Rushmore piece for
Makes
my
sense.
number three.
Makes sense.
That's such a like a majestic animal too.
They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for me, the last two are gonna be easy. Gaming.
nice.
Um,
Yeah, that had to be in there for you.
Yeah,
I've been playing video games since I was like 2 or 3 years old. And it's just like it goes back to. It's funny. I'm not a people person, and it's ironically I don't like playing video games with people. Um, but it's like I go back to playing Super Mario Brothers with my dad, along with Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Tetris and Super Mario and Doctor Mario with my mom, and then my uncle, who's teaching me about Sega Genesis, where I learned about Sonic and Street Fighter. Not Street Fighter, Streets of Rage and Mortal Kombat. Then I move on. I get a little bit older. I've played video games with both of you guys. Disco, you were there when I got my fucking platinum trophy for Fall Guys, and that's one of my best achievements in gaming.
yeah,
Eslam, first time you ever Twitch streamed, I was there watching you play Horizon Zero Dawn.
yeah, yeah,
Rudy, who's in
Did you,
chat, I've talked to him about gaming for forever. We had a fucking gaming podcast together.
yeah.
Henry, who
did
listens
you
all the time.
did you
Yeah,
play
go ahead.
SOCOM with us and Burger King?
I played a little bit with you guys because I'm not into shooters and I didn't like the PSP.
Yeah.
No,
But I played a little bit. But
yeah. I
I
love
played,
SOCOM.
yeah, I played
That
so
was
many
fun
games with
times.
people. That's right. Rudy still doesn't have that trophy. Man, it sucks to be him. But but no, Henry. I played a bunch of video games with Henry as well, and it's I feel like everybody I know
Guitar
knows
Hero.
gaming in some sense. And
Oof.
I was gonna get back to
Yes.
Guitar Hero. Between the three
Yeah.
of us alone, like Guitar Hero took up a good chunk of our lives.
Yeah.
And
I
gaming
think
Oh
that
is
my
was
god.
one of our bonding
it really
experiences,
was. It really
like
was.
Guitar Hero. Um,
Yeah.
it helped the Los Wise guys create a strong
Create
bond
Los Wise
together.
guys
Yeah.
almost or strengthen it,
Oh,
like you said.
I don't
But
even
no,
think
yeah.
I could play like I used to, man. I used to be a monster.
I
Expert
think with
mode on hyperspeed.
enough time I could get back to where I was. I was never as good as you. I was close, but I was never there.
I,
You know,
I never had the pinky power.
dude, Pinky
Had
Power is
weak. I
key,
had
bro.
weak pinkies, bro. Weak pinkies. Never had those.
But no, gaming is something that I don't see that ending for as long as I can play games. Which is one of the reasons why I do think uh wow, I'm blanking on the term right now, but being able to play games is such an important thing. Where it's I can't believe I'm blanking on the terminology. If somebody's disabled, like disabled gamers or something like that, to make sure that they have
Oh,
access.
accessibility.
Thank you, accessibility. Oh, that's how fucking tired I am.
Hmm.
That's why I think accessibility in gaming is so important.
Yeah.
Not just for people who are
I saw
disabled
that
or
the tweet you retweeted.
dude. Yeah, it's awesome. They're doing
Yeah.
a conference for
Yeah.
accessibility in gaming. That's incredible
Yeah. It's
that we've gotten to
fantastic.
that point. And that's something where I want to be able to be 90 something years old if I make it that far and still with bad vision, bad hands or whatever have you, I could still play games.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like that's a selfish reason for me, but I want everybody to be able to enjoy games. Just like my uncle who I mentioned,
Hmm.
he's disabled and he taught me about the Sega, something outside of the realm of Nintendo. So
Yeah.
gaming's a big part of my life. I think it always will be. So that's definitely on there. To
Nice.
put On the Mount Rushmore, this is very difficult.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're putting those
To choose
sacred
one
symbols.
game, oh my gosh.
honestly, it's yeah. If I want to encapsulate how I feel about gaming, I would go with the first game I ever played, Super Mario Bros.
Yeah,
And it's legit. Just give me the first image you see, Mario, the Goomba walking towards him, and the block with the question mark.
yeah,
That I want that image
nice.
on there. So that's
that
what
was
I'll go with.
that's historical.
Yeah.
Disco, your last one.
Oh, my last one.
Yeah.
Um, so I started off with hobbies, fantasy, and technology, and I wouldn't get this size if if it wasn't for eating. So I definitely need to have some sort of food on this list of my top things. Without food, I wouldn't even be able to talk to half the people I talk to. Because food
Yeah.
is such a bonding experience. Like you go out with your friends and you go to a dinner, like
Hmm.
a restaurant, and it's like that's like a social experience for me, and that's what I like doing personally. Like so, food is more than just survival. Just so I can get to the next day. It's really a science too in itself because I love cooking. I love messing with new spices and trying new foods. New Indian restaurants, just going out to different towns and experiencing new like hole in the wall spots. It's just everything about food is just so fun, and just the smells too activate all these like memories and sensory outputs. Just make me as a person feel good. I could walk into a bakery and be like, "Oh my god, this is heaven!" Like, and I love Italian food. I love all the foods. uh, Chinese food, especially Thai food, uh, just all types of food, Eastern food, Eslam's mom's food. Yeah, I still remember her rice. I don't know what it was.
I was about to
I'm
mention the
sure,
rice. I was
I'm
just
sure
about
it's
to talk
probably
about
the
the rice.
most basic thing
Yeah.
that she does, but I don't know. That struck me
That
off
shit's
my
all
feet. I was like, this
yeah.
rice is heaven. I don't know. She's putting her
So good.
love,
So
sweat, and
good.
tears. But I love rice and I mean I love food in general. Meatballs, meatball parms, chicken parms. I love cheese. I love charcuterie.
Oh, I love
I
cheese
just
too, man.
like it's it's just such a good time. I feel like
Yeah.
you can see the enjoyment in my face. I'm lighting up because of food, and it's like
Yeah.
the fattest thing ever. But I just love it. I love it. So with that said, that's gonna be my last monument, and it's gonna be um, my favorite food is Chinese food. So it's gonna be a bunch of Chinese people behind like a kitchen working the walks, and somebody up front taking your order. And I want it to be me,
Put
giving my order for a bolus spare ribs.
Can I add one
that's
thing
a
to your
lot
Mount
for a
Rushmore?
fucking Mount Rushmore.
Can I add one more thing? I feel like you're missing one very important factor. There has to be a child in the corner doing their homework.
There it does. Oh my god! Or out there subbing in, taking an order real quick.
Oh,
Oh man, that's so true. But that's my final one. I love Chinese food, and
nice,
that's gonna be
nice.
my symbol, the Chinese restaurant in action. I want people to get the feel of like that perfect Chinese restaurant with like the old kind of greasy like menu on
The
it.
menu that's at every single restaurant.
It's like so generic
Yeah.
and the same, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But
Those are
that's
the
how
pictures
you
they took in
know it's gonna be.
1967. They just put them up.
Like color was just invented. It's like
Yep.
Technicolor, like. But yeah, that's my last symbol, man. So
Yeah.
enjoy. What are y'all's? What's up next?
Dan, why don't you go next? I'm still kind of deciding on my last one. If you already
Yeah.
have it ready,
Yeah. I mean, it's a given. What's the one thing I talk about all the time that I didn't mention? It's
wrestling.
professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I talked about storytelling and how storytelling is important, and I did mention that comes in gaming and in wrestling. Wrestling is to me the most unique form of storytelling there
Mhm.
is that's out there. It's basically you take a live play
Yeah.
and then you add in a violence and chaos, and literally wrestling is everything. Wrestling is drama, it's a love story, it's a hate story, it's a sci-fi story, it's a history story. Like you have an undead wizard, leprechauns, evil cheerleaders,
The
Famous
undead.
dick wrestlers, Joey Ryan, Undead.
Vampires.
Yeah, vampires. There's been multiple vampires, zombies,
Yeah.
movies, actors do it, singers do it. We've done it in Disco's backyard. Uh, um,
Surprised we all made it out with all our limbs.
just
I wish
barely.
we had some footage of that. Like, even if it's
Yeah.
like one VHS tape, like
For as long as I live, I still got one more match in me. I'm ready. But
honestly, I'm staying in just enough shape for that one match so that after
no,
then
that's
I
what I
can
plan
fall
on. I'm
apart
gonna
in
do that
peace.
and just die. Like
Yeah.
that's it. I'm going
Well,
all
one
out.
of us is definitely losing a limb if we do a
Yeah.
match.
But no, man, pro wrestling is always going to be there. It's been there for as long as I can remember. My first memory is professional wrestling. So just like gaming, it's always going to be there. When you combine the two, I love it if done well. But yeah, man, pro wrestling and the symbol for that,
Damn.
That's a tough one. Oof.
it has
The
to be a
belt?
wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
That's the most because I can't think of
But
any one
wrestling
company.
rings are similar to boxing rings.
Well, you could tell the
Ooh.
difference, sir.
Sure, sure, but to the dumb, you know,
I have a picture of Burgess Meredith from the Twilight Zone.
that's amazing.
With like I
Yeah.
have that. I have freaking storytelling as another old man from Princess Bride.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's like my Mount Rushmore doesn't make sense. That's the point, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
All right. All right. My bad. My
It
bad.
doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah.
That's just Dan. This is
Yeah, man.
embodiment of him.
Yep. So
It was really
that was
hard,
me.
honestly, to get choose four. Like,
I mean,
It was.
I mean, honestly, I'm still having a hard time selecting my last one.
What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of?
memes.
No,
It's
not
like
even.
so. If I could tell you my thought process, if it helps you out, like I
Yeah.
told you, I love Batman just as much as you. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, Batman was there, but I was like, I needed to see if I could get more broad. Another one that was very close to me, which you could potentially be thinking of, is the Avatar: Last Airbender thing. I don't know if that's in your mind at all, but that's another one where I was just like, yes, but that encapsulates in
Yeah, but
storytelling.
that's why I was thinking originally fiction, but
Makes sense.
I just wanted to put out
maybe maybe something
Batman.
architecture.
I
I like
mean,
architecture, but it's
anime
not
and manga,
my favorite thing.
but
Again,
same
that's
thing,
in
fiction.
fiction. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You,
enveloped in
you could
fiction.
just put us there, friendship.
Um, I mean, no,
Your
I'm kidding.
beard. Put your beard in it.
Unity.
My beard is one of my favorite things, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
know.
it's like top four.
What
Cause
would
I
you
can,
What would you give up your beard for?
Teleportation.
shit, I give it up for you guys. I give it up for,
Damn,
literally almost about
that's
anything.
crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
I'm
He
not worthy of
said
it. I don't feel like I'm worth it.
like
So
I
I
give
would
it
have
up for
let
you
you.
guys. I give it up for my wife. I give it
I
up
would.
for like
he said a pack of gummy
my
bears.
family.
He said Swedish fish.
Ew, fuck no, get out
That's
of here
the
with that
most
nasty shit.
disgusting candy. I've never been more disappointed than the first time I had a Swedish fish. Like that shit looks delicious. I bit into it and I just didn't want to speak to the person that gave that to me. They were dead to me.
It sounds so fun too. Like, oh, a Swedish fish. I've never
Yeah,
seen a Swedish fish, and then it's
just like
like,
Swedish meatballs. Like you just don't go near Swedish shit.
I like Swedish meatballs. I
Yeah,
don't mind Swedish meatballs. Swedish fish though, that's the devil.
yeah.
if you get them
IKEA.
at IKEA,
Yo, let me get that horse meat.
Yeah.
Music,
Um,
disco. I mean disco. Eslam music.
no, because I don't even listen to music right now anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
oh, let me mute myself. I got some packages.
Here, I got you, bro. Um, dude, I honestly, I don't know, man, because I'm thinking like Baja Blast, but I'm like, it's just like,
I'm sorry, but we got all these other
I know.
options. We're talking about this, that, and the other. My man said maybe Baja Blast.
I was like Baja Blast, but like I'm like it's not. It's good, but it's like it's
Yeah.
not like Mount Rushmore top four.
That's like with mine. It's legit. Like these are four things I don't want out of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Time, wrestling, gaming, and whatever the other one was.
You know what? I'll put fiction up there because like it involves so many other things. It involves like I mean fiction storytelling, like you said, comes in many forms,
Yeah.
and part of that is Avatar: Last Airbender,
Some big ass boxes
gaming.
you brought in there real quick.
Yeah, gaming and all this like just creativity in general. Maybe I'll put that up there.
Creativity.
Creativity.
Yeah.
There you
Put
go.
entertainment.
No, I'll put creativity because um, humanity is just like amazing because
Got a
of like
15.
the creativity it can
Yeah.
produce. From whatever shows, ideas, and you think we've thought of it all, and someone puts another twist on something.
Mm.
Um, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, these people are just have superpowers, but like it
Yeah.
it was tied into like culture and like the supernatural and like mysticism and spirituality, and like there's so
Yeah.
much put into it, like and it's just phenomenal. And like then you got stuff like Mass Effect, you got stuff like um The Last of Us, you have stuff like Game of Thrones, and like it's just Game of Thrones storylines are just phenomenal. But the ideas have been done before, right?
Yeah.
Medieval castles, dragons
Yeah, but you put
fighting
enough
for the
spin on
king.
it, like you said,
But
like
like, but
fucking.
George
Yeah.
R. R. Martin, put this phenomenal twist on it that is just has captivated everybody.
Yeah.
So creativity is my other favorite,
Solid.
my last favorite thing, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put entertainment as a whole up there. um,
That's such a good one too, because the
Yeah.
creativity
Great
is
one.
more than just an entertainment. It's
yeah,
like
That's
if you think
everything.
it's
about
art, it's
mathematics,
music,
what the hell is that?
it's everything.
You think
It's
if you
creativity back there,
you think
Disco. It's coming
about
to get you.
one second.
It's the backflip inspector, bro.
Oh shit, he's
Careful.
there. We made him real.
Careful, bro. It's the backflip
Oh
inspector.
fuck, not the backflip inspector. You got your backflips ready?
I think you got another package.
Oh man,
Yep, he got another package.
look at that.
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
like this. I like this. You guys are missing out if you're not watching the video version. Ah, some good old flexing.
Yeah.
I
Man, this has been a fun
Tell you, man,
Mount
this is a
Rushmore.
cool idea.
Good shit, Disco. Um
yeah.
What's it called? Happy birthday, Henry.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Henry.
Show
birthday.
us the abs, he says.
Um but yeah, so that's it for our favorite four Mount Rushmores. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below what are your favorite four of just anything.
Yeah.
Um, can you even pick a favorite four? I'm sure that if we do this topic again in like another 6 months, maybe our subjects will change. We'll see. I
Maybe.
mean, maybe I
I don't
mean
know.
some of them will be still similar, but maybe one or two will change. You know what I mean?
I think my
I
categories will
think I'm
stay the
locked in, to
same,
be
but
honest.
the different things I like that keep
Yeah.
me interested in them will change.
Makes
Maybe,
sense.
yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below, and let's move on. All right, what's up next? Dan, you want to do your gaming news real quick?
Yeah, I got some real quick. I forgot I don't have any images. I was gonna get
It's
that
all
ready
good.
during the Mount Rushmore, but yeah, no.
You want me
Real
to you
quick.
want me to do mine while you find some, or
I don't care. It's up to you.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
okay?
So real quick, just to do some gaming stuff. It's been a while since I've done gaming news.
Yeah.
In a week, the 24th, we are finally getting the PlayStation Showcase.
Hmm.
We haven't had this since 2021. They
Really?
skipped last year. Yeah.
Oh, they skipped last year. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This event is going to be an hour long. The last one
Hmm.
was around 42 to 45 minutes. Looking forward to it. Looking
Me
forward
too.
to it. They're going to talk about first party, third party, and indie games along with
Hmm.
PSVR 2. So
Yep.
they're hitting
Everything.
everything. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's there. I do have an idea of what's going to pop up there. Spider-Man 2. I feel like
One
that's the
hundred
big one.
percent. They
They're
have to
either
show
going to
Spider-Man too.
they're either going to start with Spider-Man 2 or they're going to end with the big hey Spider-Man 2. Because we all know it's coming. It's coming this year unless something has happened. So that's gonna be a big hit. I expect to see some Death Stranding 2 news. I don't know if it's going to come out, but I
Hmm.
definitely am positive we're going to see some of that there.
Well, it's
A
definitely
couple
not
other
coming
things,
out this year, but we might see a little something.
unless Kojima Productions have had their head down and they were just working their asses off. You never know.
Maybe we'll see something about Wolverine as well. I mean,
Potentially
they
Wolverine.
showed us an image, but
Yeah, they had a whole little teaser video last
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we know that one's not coming out this year, but I
No,
would
it's
love for
definitely
them
not.
to show it. Yeah, same
Yeah,
team that's
a
making
little
Spider Man.
something. Yeah.
Man, Henry, if they did themes, I mean, I don't think it's happening, but I think themes are done. That was a PS4 thing, but I mean, it'd be cool. I would appreciate it. Um, and one thing that I would love to see that's been on the mind lately, and if they just reveal it, it would be fucking phenomenal. Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Oh man,
Right? Right?
bro,
Tell me if
my
they ended
goodness.
it. Imagine they did Spider-Man 2. They talk
In
about
the
the indies and
beginning,
talk
and
all the
then
cool games.
Ghost
And
of
at the very
Tsushima.
end, you think it's over. Thank you for watching. We got one more thing.
Yeah,
Boom. And then you just say, I challenge you. And then you just,
and
oh, dude.
oh, that would be
that would
Let me
phenomenal.
be
make it,
that would
guys. Let me
be
make them. Let me do it for you. I can do it. Just give me the videos. But no, I mean, I'm very, very much looking forward to it. And we'll get to see, and that's gonna potentially change the LWGFEGL S3. Who knows what's gonna happen there?
Yeah,
But
I already started trying to make a list.
there you go, smart man.
Yeah.
But there was that, and I do have another bit of gaming news I want to talk about. This is a rumor, but it's coming from some likely sources, from my understanding. Supposedly tomorrow we are going to finally get the reveal of the new Mortal Kombat game.
Oh right, I did see something
oh
about that. It's
Yeah.
saying that it's gonna be the rumor I heard. It's a reboot of Mortal Kombat 12 being called Mortal Kombat 1. I didn't
Yes.
know if
So.
that was like anything to even pay attention to, but
Oh yeah. Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay,
sir.
that's
So
cool.
it's so basically Mortal Kombat did a reboot with Mortal Kombat 9 where
Yeah.
they kind of retold the first 3 tournaments, the first 3 games basically,
Mhm.
and victory versus Bulls. And with that they kind of like created a new timeline from Mortal Kombat 9 to MKX where
Yeah.
they took place a couple years later. You had like the children of other people, like Kenshi's son was trained by Cured Scorpion. You
Yeah.
had the daughter of Johnny Cage and
And
Sonya Blade,
Sonya. Yeah.
Jackie. I'm sorry, not Jackie. Cassie Cage was badass. Jax's
Yeah.
daughter, Jackie Cage, was in there, and then we had Kung Lao's younger cousin,
Mhm.
Kung Jin, was in there too, who had like a bow. So it was like you had MKX had a lot of new characters in there, along with other people I haven't mentioned, and then MK11 kind of continued the story a little bit from there. MK11 had to do a lot with the new big bad was Chronica, and her thing was she controlled time, and she was just like Raiden fucked up time. I need to fix it, and everyone's like, no, you're destroying the world. And in the end, Liu Kang became Fire God Liu Kang, and he became a god. He absorbed Raiden's powers,
Oh shit.
and yeah, it's shit went crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And they were just gonna like retell, they were gonna redo time, and then Shang Tsung tried to fuck it up. But that's what it's looking like. And they put out a teaser image,
Mhm.
a couple where they had one where it was like the team was saying thank you for 30 years of Mortal Kombat, and everybody who worked on the Mortal Kombat games saying thank you. And at
Yeah.
the very end, we saw a grain of salt of sand, the sands of time.
Nice.
And then they had another teaser recently where they were showing a clock
Mhm.
where it was pointing at 9, then 10, then 11, and then it skipped 12 and went to 1.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that kind of
Nice.
like
That's the
then we see
reboot.
the
Yeah.
rumors. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like it looks like there's going to be a reboot. We know that they are working on the game. There was like a meeting for like holder, what's the term, the
shareholders.
shareholders. Thank you. There was like a shareholders meeting
Yeah.
where for WB where they were talking about like different games, and they accidentally revealed Mortal Kombat 12 before NetherRealm Studios got the chance to do it. So like, okay, so these games coming out this year, the Mortal Kombat 12, and everyone's like, oh fuck, hang on, what? This it's coming out this year. So that's how it kind of got like out there,
Leaked.
but
Surprise,
Yeah.
yeah,
motherfucker.
it was leaked, but it hasn't been officially announced. So rumor has it tomorrow is the day where it is going to happen, where we are going to get the official reveal of Mortal Kombat 12 or Mortal Kombat 1 or just Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
We
We'll
all have
see.
to
Very
act
much,
still
very much looking
surprised,
forward
like,
to that.
oh.
Yeah, can't wait, can't wait.
All
But
right. Disco.
So I have two movies that I happen to see this week. First movie is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I want to say first off that this movie was actually pretty good. The first one was good. The second one was kind of like, but this one they definitely landed back home. They finished off the trilogy really good. I was kind of hesitant at first, but overall, when I was in the theater, or when I was watching it, I was I had a really good time with the movie. The characters, our favorites are staples. They have the chemistry. Peter, meshes with everybody, and he has some stuff with the new Gamara. Drax and Mantis go together well. They're super funny together. Nebula's finding her place, and with Peter and all that stuff and the gang, you get to see kind of like an older Groot too. I love they kind of updated his armor. He looks more like well, not armor, but like his, I guess, skin. He has
Yeah.
like this like very stocky wood like body now. Like looks more battle war driven. So I kind of like that. And Groot's just amazing. He's got a really cool power. He just could all that wood just moving and protecting, doing all this crazy stuff. So the main focus of this movie that really caught my attention was they give you kind of like a Rocket Raccoon origin story, and I think that was really the meat and potatoes for me of the movie. It really captured me. You got to see how pretty much Rocket Raccoon became this quick witted foul mouth raccoon on with the Guardians, and you kind of get to see him start off as as an experiment. Could barely even talk, but he's like stupid smart, and you see him grow into the events that help him turn into this the person that he is today. And it gets pretty emotional. You'd be surprised. My girlfriend cried watching it. I was laughing, but so it does get pretty touchy. But overall, the movie maintains a good upbeat mood, and there's a little action for the people like action, some drama, like some the jokes, of course. Everything is very well paced. My only gripe with the movie was that I, I don't know. I kind of wish there was more from the villain. The
Mhm.
villain, there was nothing wrong with him. Like he didn't. It wasn't like, oh, it was terrible, terrible. I just wish there was more from him.
Mhm.
But that's just a minor gripe. I feel like if they put more of him, the movie would have ran too long. But that's just my personal where I was left. I wish there was more from him, more depth, I guess, more just more than what they showed. At the end, I kind of felt like he kind of fulfilled his purpose, and then he started throwing a tantrum and kind of like got mad, and then he's like, okay, we have to stop him. And
Yeah.
but overall, everything else about the movie was fantastic, and
I do have a
I
question about one specific element.
yeah, go for it.
How is that soundtrack?
Oh yeah.
The soundtrack,
Because
I
that's what they're
heard
honestly,
known
it.
for.
I heard it was good, like the first one.
Okay. Second one wasn't bad. I mean, the movie wasn't great, but the soundtrack wasn't bad.
Yeah, yeah. But like the first one
they
hit on both ends, and
Yeah.
they had really good classic songs, like definitely like uh memorable songs that kind of definitely give you that sort of feeling. But for me personally, I really wasn't like it didn't like wow me like oh is that song. But
Yeah.
it was that's just me personally. I don't know. I've
Okay.
also kind of been in a funk with music. I really
Okay.
have not been listening to music, so maybe that could be it too.
Yeah.
Um, been like a hectic point in my life, so it didn't really land to me, but I think it was like a good collection of classic rock songs like usual, and
Okay.
so yeah, I definitely recommend it. Let's see, IMDb gave it an 8.3, of course, directed by James Gunn. Uh, all the actors did well. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Will Poulter. Oh, another thing is they had Adam Warlock in it, and I feel like they kind of like underutilized his character. I don't know. But then again, I don't know if they have anything more planned in other series in the other universe. Maybe they could use him more. But I felt like he was kind of underutilized. He had a pivotal role, but I don't know. I felt like the way he was portrayed was getting to me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but that's my opinion. Karen Gillian did well. Sean Gunn, he was cool. They like showed him relearning, learning how to use the arrow. Vin Diesel as Groot, Dave Bautista. This is his last role as
hey
Drax. I
guys,
heard.
sorry, I'll be right back. My cat is literally fucking biting my feet because he's hungry.
You're good.
So I'll be right
You're
back.
good, man.
Dang. Okay, and so Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, of course. That man is just like a genius in itself.
Yeah.
He killed that character. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna give this one like I'll give it a two thumbs up. It was definitely worth the watch.
Okay. Sounds
You
good.
know,
I remember
so
in I can't remember which video game it was. I want to say it was the Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy video game, where they kind of talk a little bit about Rocket's origin with his friend who was, I believe, an otter. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then it's like you kind of learn their relationship that he had with her. So I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing how they do that with the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have like a couple of different animals, and they're like science experimented out, half tech, half half animal. So
Yeah,
it's really a really fun watch, and the it gets pretty
yeah,
touching, especially at the end. So definitely, if you're interested at all, for any inkling to want to know anything, I would recommend checking the Guardians out.
yeah.
They ended on a slammer note, so I would.
Nice. It's one of the few
Yep.
movies I'm willing to make an exception to go back to watching a Marvel MCU
Yeah.
movie because it's like for me the MCU finished a long time ago. We're good, but
It
this is one of the movies where it's like, no, I might go back for this.
I feel the same. I feel
Yeah,
like the superhero market got oversaturated. Like it was
yeah. I
just
mean,
like
yeah, very quickly.
everybody's trying to throw a superhero movie, and it was just like okay, like we get it. Like it was cool when it first came out, but now everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh,
But it's, I
trying to
mean,
ride this
this one
horse.
seems like it might be worth checking out for sure. Like you said, you gave it two thumbs up, so yeah, I might be looking
No,
into it.
no, yeah, definitely check
I'm
this
definitely
one. So it
gonna
kind of
gotta watch
breathed
this
some
movie.
new life into like Marvel, like you said, and superhero movies in general. So uh, definitely check it out. And on to my next movie. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta fix this one now. Switch over. Next movie was a random movie that my fiance and I happened to just choose, and it
Oh,
has
I
Tom
wanted to watch
Hanks.
this. Yeah,
And I really didn't know what to expect going in, other than it has Tom Hanks, and I like Tom Hanks in various movies, Castaway, Da Vinci Code, and he's been in a million movies. Um,
big.
so yeah, yeah, yeah. So this one, like I said, I didn't know what to expect going in, but I I ended up really enjoying this movie.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Uh, Tom Hanks plays like this grumpy old man, lost his wife, kind of lost hope in life. So be warned, it is kind of touchy subject. If you have any like suicide in your suicide triggers you, definitely do not watch this. But it does hit like certain dark subjects like that, but it does it in a way where it's very much a dramedy, comedy drama. So they're touching these subjects, but also this new Latin family moves in across his street, and they are just the way they interact is so funny. It's this what's her name? She Mariana Trevino. She plays Marisol, and she's like just very Latin, very loud, boisterous, and speaking Spanglish, and it's just the way they interact and the way Tom Hanks, his character is so grumpy and just tired of it all. He wants his space. He wants to be alone, and nobody just seems to respect his boundaries. But he has such a big heart that he can't help but like, even though he's annoyed, help him. And so, to summarize it, without like really to just give you the premise, the neighborhood pretty much saves his life by needing him, and just the all the little micro interactions that happen in the movie just are so fun. Everybody did well, and it's just Tom Hanks is just a great actor. He just makes it. He just he really killed that role. Like you. I found myself laughing. Maybe it's because I'm turning into a grumpy old man as I get older too. So I'm like, making fun of
Who
it with my
isn't?
fiance, like this is gonna be me. This is gonna be me. Like if you die first, like so we're having like
I
dark
saw the
humor
trailer
there
for
too.
this. Like I strive to be this. Like I've been trying to be that my whole life. Just be the angry,
Yeah,
grumpy old man since I was about 6 years old. That's been my goal.
yeah. So exactly. So he's like, very meticulous about his neighborhood and the laws and everybody upkeep and everything. Like so, like if somebody tries to park on the cross street, he gets upset because there's like supposed to be it's permit only, and he'll literally come out and start yelling at you like, "Hey, it's permit only," and then like he's that grumpy. And but at the end, you really end up falling for this guy. You see what motivates him and how he got to where he is, and I really love that in a drama where they paint that picture so well and they executed it phenomenally. They balance, like I said, they balance the drama and like the seriousness with the comedy so well. So it's like one moment you're like about to cry, and the next moment you're just like in tears, just like this dude is like ridiculous. And and so let's see, give my shout outs to Tom Hanks. I believe this is his son, Truman Hanks. He plays a younger version of himself. I could be wrong there. I don't know. I'm just assuming because they have the same last name. But he plays a younger version of himself. Mariana Trevino, she is amazing as Marisol. She was like a leading supporting character. Um, and and the husband, Manuel Garcia, he played Tommy. He played the quote unquote idiot husband. Um, so they just go along so well. My mom, my aunt saw it. They loved it. It's just an all around great movie to watch. It got a 7.5 in IMDb, and I'm gonna give this one uh, two thumbs up. I would give it three if I had an extra thumb. That's how good it was. I highly
That's really
recommend it.
good.
I highly recommend it. Like without
That is
giving
his son,
any
by the
more
way.
than I already did. Awesome. Thank you for looking that up. Without giving too much away that I already did, just go save yourself the time of trying to find a movie and just put this one on. It will
Yeah.
have you uh, cracking up and
Yeah.
crying at the same time. So
What is it on? It's on Netflix, right?
it's yeah, Netflix just released it this
Yep.
week or last week, but it's definitely available on Netflix.
Okay. It's funny. The older, when the more I see older Tom Hanks, now he reminds me of his son Colin Hanks. I don't know why him being older reminds me of his son because his son just looks old. At least he does
Yeah,
now. But yeah, I, don't know. I see this. I was like, oh, he looks just like Colin Hanks.
Colin Hanks. I'm about to look him up. He
You've
does
seen him
look like.
before.
Oh my gosh, that is.
Remember the Trinity,
Yeah.
not the Trinity Killer, the
Doomsday.
Doomsday Killer in Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. So that's the end of my little movie review. Check out Guardians of the Galaxy. Check out A Man Called Otto. That was a pleasant surprise, and kudos to Netflix for releasing something good. Because I'm always perusing the catalogs of all the streaming services, trying to find something new, and it's been rough the past couple of days. Um, so yeah, so it's awesome to find a good movie that storytelling, the fiction, the fantasy, everything was there.
Yep.
Maybe not
Very,
fantasy,
very
but
good.
definitely fiction.
All right. Let's do some final thoughts. Disco, you want to go?
Yeah, final thoughts. I am in my apartment, my new apartment. It is so empty right now, but as you can see, I just got a bunch of boxes during the podcast. So that'll be my furniture. That's my project for tonight. I'm super
Nice.
excited to finally get some couches, and I got a nice little mobile rolling desk where I can put all my stuff, my music stuff, my
Yeah.
hobbies, and just work wherever I want. And freedom, liberation. Not have to.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Um, all right, Dan. Final thoughts.
Yeah, man. I'm tired as fuck. This is a fun episode.
Yeah.
Uh, I liked it. We talk about a lot of things we enjoy. You
Yeah.
know, even the news stories. So, I like it a lot. Good episode. It was a fun time. There's a lot of things. Eslam, you said it earlier. I kind of want to reiterate it. Definitely, if you're watching this, listening to this, whatever, let us know what your four favorites are. I am very curious.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of our stuff overlapped, even if they're not might not have the same ones. We definitely have some similar things. I didn't put space in mine, but yeah, a good story told in space is like one of the best fucking things out there. So it's like, it's there's a lot of things that overlap. I think I'm just curious to see what you you people out there think.
What do you mean, you?
But
All
Yeah.
right.
At the end of the day, we definitely all love a good story. I think
yeah,
that's
Yeah,
what
who
we
doesn't?
learned
honestly,
today.
I mean, since the beginning of humanity, right?
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Um, my final thoughts are is an event that happened this past weekend
Mhm.
on Sunday night. Nadia and I saved some guy's life.
Oh
Holy
wow.
shit.
um,
Okay.
so we were coming back home, and we were driving, and our streets here are very hilly and they're steep.
Mhm.
So she was driving out. I'm in the passenger side seat, and we were coming back from her event. She went to this event to showcase her oil perfumes and stuff that she sells online,
Mm-hmm.
and both exhausted. So we're coming back, and I see this guy, and like we're going up. I see him coming on the sidewalk on the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh look, this guy's super drunk, because like I can just tell from the way he's walking.
Yeah.
Obviously, you and I have worked in the arena, and we've seen
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
and
you
he
can spot
was
it.
gone, bro. He
Yeah.
was like plastered, like, you know, and like he started crossing. He started crossing the street in the same direction that he was moving towards,
Mm-hmm.
and he falls face first into this like there was this built up like half wall
Mm-hmm.
that almost like a fence brick. He's
Yeah.
just like facing into that, hits his head. He's on the ground like out. The bottle that he was carrying more alcohol,
Yeah, of
like
course.
come back from the liquor store. Shit breaks on the ground. It's everywhere. I'm like, fuck. I was like, you. I was just like, yeah, you need to turn the car around, and
Yeah.
turned the car around. Got up to him and be like, I pulled down my window. I was like, hey, you good? You. He's like, he kind of like wakes up. He's like, yeah. I was like, do you need me to call anybody? And he's like, nah, I'm fine. And I was like, all right. So we go around the block,
Mm-hmm.
come back, and he's just like knocked out. He's just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Um, so I had Nadia pull over. We called 911. And
Yeah.
like in the meantime, it was just interesting. Like literally everybody was just like driving by. No one
Oh
gave a
yeah,
shit.
no one's gonna give a shit. Yeah.
And but yeah, we called 911, explained the situation. Had EMTs came out and they took him, but he had a giant like that shit. You remember that
Yeah.
shit that
Oh wow.
happened to your head,
Yep.
Disco?
He
Yeah,
had a well like
bro,
a
it was like this. He wasn't like gushing blood, but he was bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely a concussion, like
Yeah.
100%. Because he went face first, full body weight, like no, you know, he
Yeah.
didn't like brace himself like into the concrete and brick. Like I'm just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the ambulance came and took him, but like it was just like, and I was sitting there like I called the ambulance. I was like telling them on the street. I didn't touch the guy. I like
Oh yeah.
because I didn't want to move him or anything.
Obviously, yeah.
And
yeah.
but they were like, I was just like, hey, listen, he fell. He hit his head. I can see a welt. He's not like gushing blood. He's bleeding a little bit. And but I can see his chest moving, like he's breathing.
Yeah.
Um, and he's like in and out of consciousness, like, but he's like mumbling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, people are like cars are just passing by. I don't think people even noticed he was there because it's like it was
It's
nighttime. It
dark
was
and he's
dark,
lying
and
on the ground.
he's
Yeah.
lying on the ground and he's kind of wearing darkish clothes.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's very hard to like see him. But like for I'm pretty sure some people saw him and they just kept going.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's yeah. So that's what happened to us.
Good shit, man.
Yo,
You're out there. You're saving lives. Good
we were
shit.
fucking exhausted, bro. I can't even tell you how tired we were
Yeah.
from this event. It was like a 12-hour event.
Yeah.
But
Good on you for
yeah,
being
yeah.
100%.
exhausted
I mean,
and still
after
going
working
out of the way
security,
for
I
this dude.
can't
Like
I can't let that shit go because I know like first of all, drinking that much alcohol, your body's like dehydrated. It's
Yep.
fucked up. Just him not getting like simple medical attention, he can
Yeah.
literally die. And it's just like,
Yeah.
and on like that'll be like on my consciousness because I
Yeah.
saw it happen and then I just didn't do anything about it. Ah man,
No, it makes sense. It's
especially
funny.
it'll be
he
wild.
hit his head, like that could
Yeah,
easily be
yeah,
brain
yeah.
damage
He
or all the
definitely went
alcohol.
head
He'll probably
first
never even
into
know
that
anything.
shit.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
It's funny you mention that because like I've seen it on both ends with both my security jobs,
yeah, yeah.
where it's like I'll be the guy. That's legit one of those scenarios. Is like, oh, we got a drunk coming and we need security up here, and I'll go up there, and it's one of those situations where it's like, for the most part, they might be calm. Like this guy,
Yeah.
it seems like he was a cool dude, but for the most part, but it's one of those things where it's just like they wake up, they're in the hospital, like fuck this, I'm not paying a bill, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get out of here. And I'm like, bro, we don't care. Like,
Yeah,
it's okay, you don't have to fight anybody.
yeah. You
Like,
can leave.
you can,
Yeah.
it's fine, just go. You're taking up space.
Hey, you can refuse. It's your
Yeah.
right to refuse medical attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At that, well, it's a little iffy in that situation because at that point,
don't you still get charged for like an ambulance fee and all that? Like
not if they never get your information.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've seen it plenty of times. Yeah, where it's just like, but honestly, the way it works is if the person's blood alcohol level is too high, legally they can't leave. That's where security comes in, and you get
Ah,
restrained until
yeah.
your shit is
that
good to go.
that does.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
Interesting, interesting.
no,
But yeah, so
good on you, man.
yeah, good on us, and go check out House of Nisa.
Oh yeah, put the
What?
plug. Put the link.
Oh
um,
man, they'll make you smell good and keep you alive.
yeah, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Man,
So
that's an
yeah,
amazing mission statement.
yeah. Smell like royalty and be saved. But yeah, all right, so that's it. Thank you for listening to Los Wise Guys podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to follow us on social media, like, subscribe, share, rate, review, and go check out the Los Wise Guys website. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.